Okay, let's get to the closing bell exchange today. We have Ken Mahoney of Mahoney Asset Management, Kenny Pulkari from O'Neill Securities, and of course our very own Rick Santelli, who joins us from Chicago. Ken, I would frame it this way today. We knew that they were going to hike rates in December because they've made that very, very clear. Today we got the justification, the idea that the economy may be strong enough for them to do that without a policy error. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Look, at this point, the economy should be able to withstand a quarter point or half point rate hike. And really, the Fed needs to normalize rates. We need to get rates up to, let's say, 1.5% this time next year. Why? We need to get some arrows in the quiver. If the economy falters, we want sustainability. We want to be able to, for the Fed, be able to cut rates, having something to work with, not doing a quantitative easing play out of the ECB's playbook.
You know, we're looking, Kenny, at this market. Now we're up 300 and almost 75 points. It just keeps moving higher.
Well, but listen, I think you have to go back and look at the reaction yesterday, which I think was way overdone. First of all, when Draghi came out back in August and talked about, or September, and talked about, you know, he had this new plan and new stimulus, it was everyone else, the strategists and the analysts, who came up with what that plan was supposed to be and what it was going to look like. He never defined it. He just said it was going to be a newer and bigger plan. And in fact, he delivered on that. The fact is that the analysts and strategists had everyone else thinking that it was going to be more than he delivered.
But hang on, isn't the job of a central banker to go, hang on a minute, that's not what I'm saying, and to rein it back in. And he chose not to rein it back in.
Exactly the point.
He was blocked by the Germans.
Okay, but wait a minute. But I think he did all the right things yesterday. He gave them more time. He gave them more assets to buy, and he pushed rates lower, right? And so therefore, he gave them a good plan. It just wasn't what they had all expected. So they had all front-run the ECB move, and then when they realized it wasn't what they thought it was, what do?
Right.
Bang! They hit the sell button, and all the algos go crazy.
On that point, Rick, so maybe you can help clarify just how much of the rally today do you think is fundamentals? You know, that strong U.S. jobs report, and how much do you think is just the central bank moves we're talking about?
So wait, let me get this straight. Is this what you're asking me, Kelly? We had 211,000, and that's responsible for almost a 400-point gain in the Dow. No, I don't think I'm buying that, actually. No,
I'm asking you, how much is that, and how much is what we've seen reacting to the sell-off yesterday and Mario Draghi?
It's Mario Draghi, and it's a weekend, and it's the FT mistake and how markets originally moved. It's all of that. But more importantly, let's really call it for what it is. That Mario Draghi talk that we all listened to today, how much of it was controlling outcomes versus how is all of this, how's the unlimited bazooka going to change, you know, how many cars Germany sells? How's it going to change all the debt from the southern economies that's still in quarantine? No, that's never the conversation anymore. So I think that there's a lot of things that move markets. But in the end, here's what I see. We're not far from 290. We're at 2090 in S&P, about where we settled last week, maybe a smidge higher. We're basically unchanged on the year. If you're an index trader, you've made goose egg this year other than your dividends, and interest rates are a little higher than they closed last year. Mario Draghi used the word recalibration. Yes, he's trying to what all central banks are doing, recalibrate after 7.5 or 8 years of a completely different underpinning to the stock markets and the markets of the world, and doing all that, and he's trying to control the outcome. You know, I don't think central bankers will be able to constantly move around and be as swift as a butterfly to make this all work out in the end. But at least for the moment, job done. Stocks are higher.
It's not just Rick saying that either. To quote Alberto Gallo, who knows the economics of the EU as well as anybody, this was yesterday saying, you know, whatever the ECB does, it will have limited impact on the real economy. The main reason is the cause of this crisis, Simon, as you know, is still there. Too much debt, and there's been very little deleveraging.
I have to come back. A 400-point rally in the Dow is not about what Mario Draghi was saying. It's simply more about the strength of this economy. The fact we got revisions to last month that took the gains to 300,000 on jobs. That's why this market is rallying. Not what the ECB might do.
That's why we're unchanged on the year.
Let Ken go.
We'll have amnesia. We'll forget about this. Come Monday morning, the
forget about the ECB, not the ECB, not the justification for the Fed raising rates.
Exactly, but we have amnesia. We basically are random back and forth, back and forth. It's like the computer algorithms are like trading this thing, and it's hard for people like who follow charts who want to see a breakout. It looks like we're ready to break out, and we just fall apart again.
Real quick,
if we were not off 250 points yesterday, the market wouldn't be up 400 today. So it's really a knee-jerk reaction of what happened yesterday.
All right, we'll give that broader context here. We are probably flat on the week, gentlemen. Have to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ken Mahoney, Kenny Pulkari, Rick Santelli.
In the last half hour to matters more serious.